Hey, and welcome to another episode of Motors and Meats. Today I'm headed into Alabama and into the Talladega National Forest, where I'm going to do some trail riding, so stick around for that. We're getting close now. Everything is getting more and more hilly, but while we're getting there, I thought I'd give you an update on the 911. So it needed some new tires, and it looks like I may have a bit of an alignment issue in the back. The inside of the right rear tire was worn all the way down to the cords, and none of the other tires were worn quite that badly, but that one tire was just totally destroyed. Who knows, maybe it's not an alignment issue, but either way I'm going to get it checked. But I did get some new tires. I went with some Kumho Extra SP91, I think is what it's called, and they have a much stickier tread wear than the Continentals that I had on there to begin with. The Continentals were a tread wear of 340, I believe, and the Kumhos were a 260 instead of the 340. So the lower the number, the stickier the tire. And all the reviews that I read on this Kumho has it similar to the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S, but for half the price. In fact, this is what was on the car whenever I bought it at 105,000 miles. Today I'm sitting at 164,000 miles. So, you know, I've driven the car a lot, and I've used up those Kumhos, and I've used up 2 sets of the Continentals. So after having gone to the track and had lots of tire squeal around practically every corner, and then switching over to my instructor, Mr. Greg, over to his GT4 with the Pilot Sport Cup 2s, and not having any squeal hardly at all, and yet going faster around the track than what I was doing, and those have a tread wear of 200, I figured that this time around I would go with something a little stickier. So let's see how that does. I do have another track day coming up, March 11th. It's actually track night in America, and it's back at NOLA Motorsports Park, the flattest track in the land. Well, compared to Barber Motorsports, which is extremely elevation changey. The NOLA Motorsports Park is dead flat. Looking forward to that. It's going to be fun. It's a short one, only 3 sessions, but that'll be fun. Today we're headed into Alabama, and I'm on my way to do some trail riding, headed to a trail in the Talladega National Forest called 600-1. I've used the app on X Offroad to find it, and it shows up as a 4 out of 10 in difficulty, and it can be more difficult if it's rained recently. It did rain yesterday, but it's perfectly clear today, so we'll see. Maybe it's a 5 out of 10 today. Who knows? Alright, we've made it. I'm going to go ahead and switch into low range because I've got a steep hill right off the bat here. Time to go see what this thing can do. Now, I've seen or read that there is a place that the road kind of opens up a little bit near a cabin of some sort here in a little bit, where I can air down the tires. Not much room right off the road, so I'm gonna get on ahead here before I do that, I guess. But it's already definitely something that could benefit from having the tires aired down. I've gone a good ways now and still haven't found anywhere to air down, so here's as good as it gets, I guess. Good thing is I don't think there's anyone else out here on the trail with me at the moment. I did bring my tools with me, and I'm considering finding a spot where I can pull over and disconnect my sway bars, because that's supposed to allow a lot more side-to-side flex. Left side not connected to the right side, so it's allowed to drop down when the other one doesn't need to. But for now, I'm just going to keep going until I find a better reason to stop and do that. Take a look at this side trail that I will not be going up. Yeah, that's some deep ruts up through some steep stuff, and that is narrow. Looks like fun for somebody. but not for me. Things are starting to get a little bit more real here. Oh, this is cool. What are we gonna do here? Do we go in the ruts, on the ruts? I think we just go and see what happens. Look at this view. All right. You can tell that the Forestry Commission has just recently done a controlled burn all throughout here. It's good that they take care of this place like that. And it's good that the trail is slightly maintained. It's maintained enough that, you know, there's no trees laying across it. And some really great lookout points just all over the place up here. Pretty scenery, right? But look that way. I suppose that drops off just about vertical on the other side of that one power pole, and you can see the cutout where the power line continues straight on across. I've been at it now for about 45 minutes, I think. And I was just doing the math. If I'm averaging 5 miles an hour, which is what I'm doing right now, that means this 15-mile trail will have me here for 3 hours. So keep that in mind if you're about to go venture out. Make sure that you've got enough gas, which I do. I filled up the tank. Make sure you got a snack if you think you'll need one. I ate lunch right before we came. And the cell phone does seem to be working out here. I keep getting emails and text messages and things. So that's pretty nice to not have to worry about. Especially since I'm a moron and I'm out here by myself. Haven't seen a single other vehicle. And I think it's safe to say that the last thing you'd want to do is try to rush this. I'm not really sure if the elevation changes are translating on the camera. But this might actually be one of the roughest looking spots yet. So I think I need to get out and make a plan for this one. So the terrain is much different left to right, you know, lower, higher. It looks like I could probably just come straight this path and then only have a few obstacles to deal with. Or we can turn and go down this path over here, sort of aim for the embankment, and let it straddle, let it ride against there. I can see some tire marks where someone else has done that. There's a big section of this trail, maybe 2-3 miles long now, that I've been on so far, that's just a gravel road with maybe some potholes. And I've had the opportunity to discover that Porsche should have left the mufflers off of all of the Cayenne S's because of this. Ooh, that's fun. Well, I just ran into a couple of guys on adventure motorcycles that pretty well confirmed that the rest of the trail from here to the end is just a gravel road with a few ruts and potholes in it, and not near as adventurous as the first part of the trail has been. But this is beautiful, so I'm just gonna enjoy the scenery, and I'll go ahead and end this here. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. I'm doing lots of things with this Cayenne. Woo-hoo-hoo. And still plenty to do with my 911 as well. So I appreciate you watching. Thanks so much.